Ukraine suffered a serious blow as Russia targeted their field camp with missiles. It's day 766 of Russia's operation in Ukraine. Let's dive deeper. Starting from Mykvka. In our last report, we saw how Russian forces kept Ukrainians on the back foot as they were retreating from the warehouses by starting an intense operation on the village center. And as a result were able to capture more than half of the village. Latest report says Ukrainians quickly deployed additional reinforcements to the center and were able to temporarily hold Russian forces down. However, they were not able to do so in the north. Previously, we saw how Russians were seen attacking with several armored vehicles, while under fire from Ukrainian paratroopers. At that time, I reported that several Russian sources were claiming that their forces were able to capture a small section of the tree line. And it turns out that was correct. Today it was confirmed that they were in fact able to capture this entire tree line. Now, as Ukrainians were providing intense resistance at the center, Russian forces started attacking towards these dachas. As a result, they were able to reach the first houses and took this entire area under their control. Russian sources claim that their forces have already started storming the area. However, no further confirmation was reported. Now moving to Avdiivka, particularly to Pervom. Previously I reported that Russian forces had to withdraw from the small bridgehead which they created around the petrol station, as they were not able to expand it further, and were also under Ukrainian fire from all directions. But the Russian sources were optimistic as they claimed that Russian advance south of Tonenki will improve their positions in Pervom. It seems like they were on to something. Several sources say that Russian forces started attacking the village from multiple directions. After fighting intensely for 3 days, they were able to push Ukrainian forces back and captured around 70% of the village. If you are following the operation from the beginning, then you know how stubborn this front really is. Currently it is said that Ukrainians have withdrawn towards Netilov. After the recent advance, Russian sources expect that their forces will start advancing from Nevelsk, with the objective of encircling Ukrainians in this huge area. Now moving to Chasiv Yar. Last time, as the Russians after capturing the Avdiivka were trying to close the gap, I suggested that the coming days would be crucial for Ukrainian forces. It seems like they, with help of additional reserves, were able to hold Russians in the village. However, this cannot be said about the railway track little northwards. Previously I reported that Russian paratroopers were advancing along this railway track, so we might see some movements. Recently it was confirmed that they were able to capture this area and have expanded their zone of control. With this advance they have started to move upwards, towards dominant heights around Chasiv Yar. Now they are only less than 1 kilometer away from the first district. Now moving to the northern part of Ukraine. Recently, as you may already know, there has been more and more talks about a potential Russian offensive towards Kharkiv. In anticipation, Ukraine has started evacuating tens of settlements around this region. In addition, they have increased their size of the military groupings. However, it seems like one of their groupings came under Russian surveillance. Latest report says, near Maryinka, Russia launched several tactical missiles on the field camp of the Ukrainian unit. As a result, Russian sources claim Ukraine suffered serious losses. Footage of one of the strikes was shared by Russian sources. If the Russian claims turns out to be true, then this is a serious blow to Ukrainian forces. Subscribe for more frontline updates. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.